Hi there, this is Math 2, Unit 5, looking at worksheet number 1, talking today about polygon angle sum theorems. Okay, so first of all, we have to find the sum of the angle measures of each polygon. In order to do that, we do need to recall the formula that we learned in class today, which would be that if I take the angle measurement, or a degree of 180 degrees, I multiply that by the number of sides minus 2. This formula here will give me the sum of the angle measurements, or the interior angle measurements inside of any shape. Okay, so when I take a look at this shape here, I'm going to go ahead and say, well, this is going to be, again, the formula is 180 times n minus 2. So for my n, I want to count the number of sides, which in this case is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so we're going to put 8 in there for n. So we have 180 times 8 minus 2. 8 minus 2 is going to be 6. And 180 times 6 is 1,080 degrees. And that's all we're going to do. Okay, so looking at number 2, same idea. We have 180 is times number of sides minus 2. That's our equation there, our formula. And we look at the number of sides. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so I'm going to plug 7 into there. So I'll do 180 times 7 minus 2. And 7 minus 2 is 5. 180 times 5 is 900 degrees. If I have a 12-gon, whatever that is, right? I know I'm going to have 12 sides there. Same idea. 180 times n minus 2. We're going to put the 12 in the place of n. So I have 180 times 12 minus 2. 12 minus 2 is 10. 10 times 180 is 1,800 degrees. All right, moving down to number 4. Number 4, it says find the measure of one angle in each regular polygon and round to the nearest tenth if necessary. Okay, so before, what we did right up above is we took our formula to find the interior angle sum, and we had 180 times n minus 2. So this gives me the sum of the interior angles there. If I want just one of those angles on the inside, then I'm going to need to divide the sum by the number of sides that I have. Okay, so going back up here to our stop sign equation, right? This has 8 sides, right? So I already know that I have the interior measurement of that is 1,080 degrees. I know that because I got it right above here. That was a 8-sided figure there. So I take the sum of the interior and I'm going to divide it by the number of sides, which in this case is 8. And 180 divided by 8 equals 135 degrees. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this area of the sum of the interior angles and divide it by the number of sides to get the angle measurement for one angle. So that's the one angle there. Let's take a look at number 6. All right, because here we have 15-gon. So what happens if I don't know the sum of the interior angles already? Well, here's what we do. We're going to do 180 times n minus 2 divided by n. That's our setup, right? So let's replace the n with the number of sides, which in this case was 15. 15, okay? So 180, 15 minus 2 is 13, and we divide the whole thing by 15. So that's what we have so far, 180 times 13 divided by 15. Well, 180 times 13 is going to be 2,340. And we're going to divide that by 15. That's still there. And so 2340 divided by 15 is equal to 156 degrees. All right. So again, just substituting the value of n for the number of sides to work our way from there down to 156. Looking at number 8. Number 8 now, we have missing angle measurements. So with missing angle measurements, what we have to know is what's the sum of the angle measurements, or the interior angle measurements for that shape, and then we're going to have to use that information to figure out what might be missing. So in this case here, I have a shape with 5 sides, right? N equals 5. It's a pentagon there, no problem. Doesn't have to be regular, it just has 5 sides, we're good to go. So knowing that information, I can do 180 times n minus 2. In this case, my n is 5, so I'll do 180 times 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. I know I'm doing lots of slow steps there. If you're a little faster at mental math, that's okay, just want to show you. So 180 times 3 is 540. So the sum of all the angles inside this shape is going to be 540 degrees. That's what I know so far. But we already know that we have some angle measurements. We have 124, we have a 100, we have another 100, and we have 118. We're trying to find out what's left. So to do that, let's add up what we know. 4 times 8, 4 plus 8 is 12. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 there, and 1, 2, 3, 4 there. So right now we know we've already used up 442 degrees. So to find out what is left, we're going to take our 540, what it should be in sum, minus what we've already used, 442. And when we do that problem, we end up with, gotta borrow there again, 13 minus 4 is 9. We end up with 98 degrees is what the value of x is going to be. So this value right here would be 98 degrees. So we had to find the sum of the interior angles, subtract from the sum the angles we'd already used in order to see what's left. Okay, number 9. Number 9, now we have a lot of x's in there. Okay, well, here's what we know. All of these values, when added together, are going to equal, what are they going to equal? 540 degrees. The reason we write 540 degrees is because I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-sided shape. And in the previous problem, we already discovered that the sum of the angles was going to be 540. So what we can do is we can add these up. You can add them up however you like. I'm going to go ahead and just stack them up real quick. So I'm going to do 5x plus 5, 4x minus 10, 4x plus 15, another 4x plus 15, and then finally 4x minus 10. That one there. Let's stack those up and then add them together. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 4s. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 5 is 21x. And over here, I have a 15 and 15 makes a 30, right? That's 30. 30 minus 10 is 20, minus 10 more is 10, plus 5 is 15. So I have 21 plus 15 is my sum of all those things, and I'm going to set that equal to 540. So now I solve for x. I subtract 15 from both sides, and I have 21x equals 540 minus 15 is going to be 525. I divide both sides by 21, and x is going to be equal to 25. Okay, so that's my 25. Now, I'm not quite done yet. That's the value of x. It does want me to find the missing angle measures. Alright, so that means I need to use this value and plug it back into my different shapes up here, or different spaces. So for this one, it's 5 times 25 plus 5. Okay, so 5 times 25 plus 5, 5 times 25 plus 5 is going to be 130 degrees for the top one. Over here, it's 4 times 25 minus 10. So this is going to be a 90 degrees here, and that matches there. So I have 90 degrees there. And down here I have 4 times 25 plus 15. So on the bottom I have 115 degrees and 115 degrees. Okay, so those become my different angle measurements. 130, 90, 115, 115, and 90. And I do that because why? I found out that x equals 25. Alright, moving down to the bottom section. Find the measure of an exterior angle of each regular polygon. Okay, so real quick, the way this is going to work is, let's say for example that I had my octagon again, from our previous problems up top. Okay, if I have an octagon, we already decided up above that an octagon interior angle, one of them was 135 degrees. That exterior angle is going to be like drawing a line right here to make a supplementary angle like so. So what is out there on the exterior is going to be what remains. So if it was if it was an octagon, I would do, out of 180, I'm going to do subtract 135 from 180 to find out that I have 45 degrees out here on the exterior angle. So the decagon, I'm talking about one that is 10, right? So it has I need to find out what an interior measurement of the angle is going to be, and these are regular. So for a decagon, I could figure what that's going to be. Let me pause real quick. So the easy way to do it is around the exterior of a shape, the exterior of a shape around it is going to have a total of 360 degrees. The exterior angles around is going to have a total of 360. So the shortcut way would be to say 360, and let's divide it by the number of sides, which is 10. And so 360 divided by 10 is going to be 36 degrees. If it's a 16 gon, I'm going to take my 360, which is the exterior angle sum, and we're going to divide it by 16. And it's 360 divided by 16. Just double check my math here real quick. Yep, it's going to be 22.5 degrees. Okay, so that's the shortcut way there. Keep this in mind, we'll use this in a second. I was just get ahead of myself a little bit there. So that's what we're going to do there. Let's flip it over to the next side. We're going to do some 14, 17, 19, 20. So here we go. There we go, number 14. All right, so for number 14, we have again a shape. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-sided shape. I don't necessarily need to know that, but it could help. In this case here, I have a missing angle measurement and another missing angle measurement, and I want to find out what those are going to be. So to find out what this is going to be, I need to find out what the sum of the interior angle measurements is, and then take away what I know in order to figure out what I don't know. This is a 6-sided shape, so to do that we'll do 180 times n, which is 6 minus 2. And then I got 180 times 4, and 180 times 4 is going to be 720. Now, knowing that I have 720 degrees on the inside, 720, I need to see what I've used up in order to find out what I have left. So what have I used up so far? I've used 124, I've used 150, I've used 93, I've used 130, and don't forget this one here, even though there's not a number there, we know that that sign means that it is 90 degrees. Okay, if you made a mistake anywhere in that, I'm guessing you maybe forgot that one. So 4 plus 3 is 7, and then we have 2 plus 5 plus 9 plus 3 plus 9, all that mess there, is equal to 28. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, so 587. So 587 is what I've used up between here, 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 and here. So if I subtract that from what the sum is going to be, 720, that will tell me my x value. So I put a 1 there, 10 minus 7 is 3, I'm going to borrow, 11 minus 8 is 3, and 6 minus 5 is 1. So in this case here, 133 is the measurement, 133 degrees is what the measurement of x is going to be. So I can put that up there in my answer space. Now to find y, because this forms a supplementary angle between here and here, right? Supplementary. Supplementary means it's going to be a sum total of 180. I can do 180 minus the x value and end up with 47 degrees remaining for the value of y. Alright, do the same idea here for number 13, right? Except now we have a quadrilateral, so you need to find the sum for the quadrilateral and then get there. Over here we have a triangle, okay? So you can do the same kind of thing for a triangle measurement there. This one's a little bit tricky in some ways because you need to figure out what the exterior is going to be and find out what z is going to be. I'm going to let you play with that one a little bit. A little more complicated on that one, but play with it. It's fun. Next one, moving up, number 17. It says the measure of an exterior angle of a regular polygon is given. Find the interior and then find the number of sides. All right. So this is the measure of an exterior angle. To find the measurement of an exterior angle, what we did before is we took 360 and we divided that by the number of sides. That's how we did that. In this case, they've already given us what that solution would be. They said it's going to be 18. So we'll take our formula, 360 divided by n, and make it equal to 18. Okay? Now what I can do is I can kind of swap places here. I can multiply this side by n and divide that one by 18 in order to swap places and have something that looks like 360 divided by 18 is going to equal n. It's the same thing, just moving things around a little bit. 360 divided by 18 is going to be 20. So the number of sides in this case is 20. That's my number of sides. Check. Now to find the sum, find the measure of an interior angle. You look at the and part there. This is an, so I need one interior angle. I can now use this information to find the sum of the interior and then divide by n. Remember, that was going to be 180 times n minus 2 divided by n. That's the formula we're going to use. So in this case, we know that my n value is 20. So I could have 180 times 20 minus 2 over 20. So 20 minus 2 becomes what? 18. 180 times 18 is a really big number. It's 3,240. Still dividing that by 20 in order to get an answer of 162 degrees. So what do we know about this? If the exterior angle of something, so let's say I have some shape here. Here's my shape. It's a terrible shape, sorry. So if I have a shape here, and this is my shape, the inside of the shape is going to be a total of 3,240. This exterior measurement right there we said was 18 degrees. Okay? So can I figure out what that's going to be? I did it the long way, sure. The long way says it's going to be 162. The short way of doing it would be to simply say, well, if the exterior is going to be 18, I could do 180 minus 18 and end up with 162 degrees. That's the shortcut way of doing it in order to solve that. Probably should have shown you that one first, but I didn't. Yep, interesting. But you still have to find the number of sides, so it's still important to do this part there for the number of sides. I guess the hard part I did there was I did the long way to go back to the interior. I should have just done it that way first. That's why the order's there. So let me just do it real quick. Let's look at this one real quick. If I did this one in that same pattern for the interior measurement, if I had an exterior of 120, right, if I knew that was 120, what would the interior be? Interior would be 180 minus 120, which is 60. So my interior measurement is going to be 60 degrees. Now knowing that, now I got to go back and kind of plug some stuff in. Now I would do 180 times n minus 2 and then figure out from there and use that up there. N minus 2 divided by n equals 60. So either way, I end up with kind of a complicated problem for that other part. It was just probably easier to go that way. There you go. Well, I guess number of sides, I could still do 360 over n equals, in this case here, 120. And I end up with 360 divided by 120. Oops, not even on. 360 divided by 120, and that gives you 3. So n equals 3. So that way is a little bit shorter. If you were to do this part here, kind of do your sum, that gets you your 60, and then do that to get your n. That's much shorter than what I did before. I was going the long way, just not doing some math shortcuts there. So either way, you get the right answer, you're good to go. So in this case, our interior is 60, our sides are 3. Over here, our interior was 162 and our sides was 20. All right, probably too much time on that already. Let's see if I can go shorter this way. A regular polygon has an interior measurement with 150 degrees. So let's pretend I have it there. My interior is 150 degrees. How many sides does the polygon have? Okay, well, we know that the exterior in this case here would be 30. That's our exterior. So if I took my formula 360 divided by the exterior angle, 30, I could do 360 divided by 30 to get my number of sides, and 360 divided by 30 is going to be 12. So the number of sides is 12 sides. Over here, a regular polygon has an interior angle of 175 degrees. Okay, how many sides does it have? Well, my exterior again is 5, because 175 plus 5 is 180. So I do 360 divided by 5, and that's going to give me 72 sides. So there are definitely some shortcut ways of doing this. I kind of went the long way with the formulas a couple times, sorry about that. So there's some shortcut ways. Do what makes sense to you, and have a great day.